It's happening, like right now.
Hokey Religion is an ancient weapon. No match for a good blaster, you said.
Welcome to Hokey Religion, the Star Wars podcast. This is Tyler.
And this is Michael. That's me.
And that is him.
It's a me.
It's a him. Podcastio.
Hello. It's a me.
All right.
I make a podcast for you to enjoy. Stick in your car, stick in your ear, wherever you want to stick.
Never a bad episode when you start off with racist accents.
What? Who says
Good
it's
job.
racist? That's not racist.
I did. I said that.
You stick your ear, you stick wherever you want to stick. I hear for you. Podcast for you for free.
All
It's
right,
all
now that we
free.
lost everyone listening, welcome back to another episode of Hokey Religion.
Don't sound so bored.
Me?
We're
Am I
here
bored?
to podcast.
Do I have energy? I don't.
No.
I have no energy.
No energy because we have nothing to talk about.
We're going
Just
to
gonna-
start this off with a bang, saying that we have almost nothing to speak of.
Just yeah.
But as always, we'll probably end up going for an hour and a half with on literally nothing but
unintentionally, of
dick
course.
jokes and fanny packs.
Just setting expectations. It's gonna be a bad show. It's gonna be a bad show. Let's just accept it now.
When has it ever been good?
It's gonna be a bad show. It's never good, but it's not especially never going to be good now.
I think that was a sentence, and we'll move on from that.
Especially not ever going to be good now. Not ever going to be good, and it's never
Starting
good
now.
even more now.
Okay.
That's how
I think I heard some of those words.
that's how it works.
Okay, that's fantastic.
What have you been up to? I have to care for the
Okay?
show.
Are you all right?
I have to
Do you
care.
feel bad that we have no plans for this episode?
Yes, I do.
We have
It's gonna be a bad
plans.
show.
There's plans.
I mean, I'll keep saying it. It's gonna be a
It's
bad show.
a bad
I'm
show.
sorry.
It's
I'm
a
sorry.
bad show.
We didn't start
The
it.
title of the episode.
We didn't
Bad
purposely.
show.
Yeah, we didn't purposely make it a bad show. It
Well,
just, not
sometimes.
purposely. Inside our hearts, we want it to be a good show.
Inside, we're trying.
We're trying so
Not
hard.
hard
Inside.
enough.
The problem is getting it outside. The trying doesn't want to come out. It just stays inside.
I think you should see a doctor
Huh?
about
About
most
all
of
the
that.
trying inside me?
I try and nothing comes out. It's just
I just
keep-
try
I
so
feel it
hard.
in my heart, and I try. And then she's like, "What's the problem?" I'm like, "It won't come out." And I don't. I'm sorry, doc. I need help.
Okay,
I'm a dentist. Please just
What's
let
your
me
address?
finish what I'm doing, and you can see a real doctor. Thank you.
what's your address?
I'll come. I'll help out. Whatever.
It's gonna be a bad show. See, I mean, it's already a bad show.
It's already bad.
I'm sorry.
So since last episode, we as a show, as an organization, were approved for a media press pass for Star Wars Celebration.
I don't understand why.
Well,
I
we
mean,
won't question.
look at where we are right now.
What?
Look at what's happening.
Our last episode was mainly focused on pizza trophies and dicks stuffed into fanny packs. I didn't
I'm really
list
sorry
that
about
as
that.
one of the episodes that they should listen to for approval. Just gonna
Really sorry. about
gonna
that.
make sure.
Oh, come on, that was a
that's
good
out there.
episode.
Yes, it was, but you're also probably wanting
Well, we can't
wanting
talk
to be
about-
family friendly at Star
We
Wars
can't talk about
Celebration.
fanny packs at Star Wars Celebration.
As long as they're not
that's
stuffed with
messed up.
dicks, fanny packs are fine.
What do they have against what do they have against fanny packs?
Yeah, the dicks that are in them.
Oh,
They're
well, don't put it. Don't put it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't put a dick in a fanny pack. You'll be fine.
What else are you gonna do?
That's true. What else can you do with a fanny pack?
There's really no reason for them other than
To put dicks inside
comfort
of
and
them,
warmth.
whether they're attached or not.
Yeah,
They're for
I'm
dicks.
glad that we brought fanny packs up for another episode. But yes, we were approved for a press pass for Star Wars Celebration. However,
You know what that means, right?
what?
That we're going to be walking around the floor interviewing people.
Strutting,
Yes.
flashing it at people, trying to go in
Flashing
rooms,
people.
flashing the badge at people,
Oh.
strutting into rooms that we're not supposed to be in.
The problem is the badge is going to be inside our trench coats on top of our naked bodies.
Oh, well, it's in the fanny pack with the dick.
Press pass!
Sir,
Sir or madam, I can't tell.
The fanny pack's in the way.
Your body shape is confusing.
You're like an hourglass on its side. What does it mean?
Jeez. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive, but I literally can't tell what's happening. I don't know the shape. It's not familiar. So anyway,
That's
so
our
we'll be
naked
there.
bodies.
We'll be there doing that.
Yes. So unfortunately, I guess there were either so
Unfortunately,
many.
we'll be there.
Apparently, there were so many. Either it's due to the amount of organizations that applied for media passes, or that's just their policy because we have never tried to get a media pass for Star Wars Celebration before. But they're limiting it to one per organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I have taken it upon myself to use it personally, and Michael can not use it.
And Michael can suck it. I'll be there,
Yes.
to be clear.
You will be there on Friday and Saturday, as well as I will be. I may
But I
go
won't be
extra days
wearing-
now that I have a press pass.
But I won't be wearing the media badge. I won't be. I won't have my little press hat.
Yeah,
I won't have my
the
notepad.
fedora with the
Yeah.
paper stuck in it that says
Right.
press,
My long trench coat, of course. We already discussed that, as previously mentioned.
a tie, like
Yeah,
loosened,
really loosened tie,
disheveled.
crumpled shirt.
Yeah,
I won't have my notepad, my pencil and notepad.
it's true.
I won't be saying, "Mr. President," and waving my notepad in the air.
I won't be doing most of those things either, even though I'll have the pass.
Oh,
And it may mean nothing special. So far, as far as I'm aware, there's not really, other than getting to attend for free with that pass, even though your other ticket's non-refundable and I've already bought a 2-day pass anyways. I don't believe it will give us any further opportunities, but it is nice to be recognized and accepted as a legitimate source of entertainment.
it's one for the books.
Podcast Gold. There you go, Michael. We got one.
Yes, we got it.
Oh,
Finally,
make us a trophy.
we're in the golden book.
Yep. Right in there.
Golden book of podcasting.
Sure.
Podcasting.
Yes. And speaking of Star Wars Celebration, there's also a podcast stage this
Yeah.
year, which submissions for the podcast stage are open, and we are going to apply.
Yes.
You keep putting me off on that, but
Yeah, we're going to apply
yes, we
eventually.
are. So we're going to apply. It's a total lottery once they accept, like they approve everyone, and then after that, it's a lottery as to who actually gets to.
All right, we got to talk
Present.
about what we're going to talk about on the podcast stage.
Not the dicks and the fanny packs, because it's
That's the
supposed to be.
thing.
It's supposed to be family friendly.
That's the thing. Can we do that?
Can we be family friendly?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Sometimes, for the most part.
We can, but do we want to?
But do we want to? We could get
No.
kicked out of any further celebrations, and that could be one for our.
We
record
could be like
books.
the Gizmodo of Star Wars Celebration.
Getting kicked out of press
of
events.
CES.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
No.
No?
I think I would like to.
I guess the difference
Attend
being
celebrations.
Gizmodo was a thing.
They were a thing
But
before.
we are not a thing.
They were a thing for a long time before they
Before
get kicked out
getting
of
kicked
things.
out.
Yes,
I guess we have to be a thing before we get kicked out.
that would be helpful.
Well, you
But
know.
yeah, we are going to apply. So fingers crossed that we will actually be on stage live at Celebration at some point. If not, no big deal. If so, holy shit, that'll be
Big deal.
scary because all podcasters typically record their shows in a room by themselves with one or two other people, not hundreds possibly that may wander into a room to watch. You fail miserably.
Hundreds. I think we're overestimating. I don't know.
It is in its own room, separate from like it's not like in the open, like in the the
Are
main
you sure? I
room.
couldn't tell. I couldn't tell from
It did say that it was in like it has a dedicated room for it, so people
Oh.
will come and hang out. I guess between doing other important things. I don't know.
So,
Last time I went to Celebration, there was not a podcast stage. I think that started in Celebration Europe.
I think Europe, yeah. I think you're right.
So
Or California.
it will be interesting to
Wasn't
see
here.
if we don't get chosen to be on the stage. I'll still want to go check it out and see what it's like.
Definitely,
So
yeah.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that we get to also take part in that piece of celebration, not just having a press pass, but actually getting to I don't know, be a part of Celebration. I think that would be really cool.
It would be. And even if we don't get that, like you're saying, we'll be there. We'll be attending things. We'll have our little shirts on.
We'll have our shirts on.
Little crop tops.
I'm hoping to have stickers printed as well.
Yep.
So if you see us or whatever, I'll
maybe
give you
we'll have like
stickers.
a mug or,
We'll throw mugs at you. Things like that. Yeah. That would be
and
cool.
cards. Didn't we have business cards at one point?
We thought about that, but
Is that still a thing?
Stickers sound better to me.
Okay, because you can put
Right.
those over people's mouths.
Yeah, then they shut up and listen,
Win-win.
right?
Free advertising.
Free advertising, and they'll be forced to
Shut
listen
up.
to you because they can't speak over your noises.
Right.
Yeah. I also thought about if we actually get to do a podcast at Celebration of bringing shirts. Some shirts, not like shirts for everyone that shows up, but, some shirts to
Yeah.
throw at the crowd.
The crowd.
I don't know. If
What are we
someone
doing?
wants a shirt,
Storming a stage
if
or
someone wants a
something?
shirt, I will probably bring some shirts.
Okay.
Yeah, find us while we're there. Of course, this is still far away in April. More details will come as it gets closer.
I'm excited though.
Yes, I'm
be
really
there.
excited for Celebration. It is looking to be a very good celebration
Yes.
because it was announced the other day that what's his face? The guy from that book,
Timothy Zahn.
Timothy Zahn. I almost said Steve Zahn.
Steve
That's an
Zahn.
actor,
Is
right?
it Steve Zahn? What?
Pretty certain that's the guy from That Thing You Do.
Steve Zorn.
Nope, that's not the name. Anyway, Timothy.
Steve Zahn. Oh yeah, this guy.
It's the guy from he was from Sahara and
Oh,
That Thing You Do and a bunch of other movies.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
and Daddy Daycare.
Sure. Sadly, also that one.
No,
But-
wasn't he in? Was he in? Was he in?
Him?
Was he in?
Him.
Was he in?
Was in?
Was he in?
He may have been.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
Was he in?
Jesus.
Was he that one? The one with David Spade.
Okay, yes.
Dirt
He
Boy.
was
Dirt Boy?
Steve Dirt. Joe
Was
Dirt?
he? Yes.
I have no idea.
Was he at that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Any idea when that came out?
All questions are over. I don't know.
He was in Night Train.
Sure.
remember
sure
that?
he was.
Remember that?
Anyways, Timothy Zahn's going to be at Celebration. And I don't want to talk about Night Train because I have no idea what it is.
It was based off of the Clive Barker novel or a short story.
I have no idea. So, Timothy Zahn at Celebration right after, which will be like right after his book comes out in, I believe, March, the end of March.
He was in that
Is
thing
when
you
Thrawn
do.
comes out. I told you that.
No, you didn't say that one.
I did.
No, you didn't say that
I
one.
most certainly said that.
Well, I
one.
wasn't listening.
Oh, well,
So
it was said.
it's like you never said it.
That's how
He
our
wasn't in
friendship
Dirt
is.
Boy.
He was not in Dirt Boy. Thank you for clarifying. I'm going to talk like I'm on NPR for the rest of the episode. No, I won't.
He
Yes.
was in Sunshine
No,
Cleaning.
Shut up. No. Are you good? Are we going to read off the rest of Timothy Zahn, of Steve Zahn's acting career?
I'm good.
Okay, we're done.
Mhm.
All done.
Mhm.
Timothy Zahn now. Can we talk about him?
Yeah.
The writer.
Mhm.
Not Steve Zahn.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
He was in
I
Modern
see it in
Family.
your eyes, you bastard. Timothy Zahn will be at Celebration right after Thrawn comes out in March, which is super cool. And I really want to get him to sign some stuff. And he said he will do as many signings as I think it was via Twitter. He said he wants to do as many signings as they will allow him to do.
For free.
Well, we'll see
Right?
about that.
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, he seems like a super cool dude.
Do they have the panel list out yet? Panel
No.
schedule?
Nope.
Do they have the guest list, the full guest list out yet?
Nope. They just have some special guests listed. Like, it was like 4 last time I checked. And then so far, everything else that's been listed has been fan stuff, like fan booths, tattoo pavilion.
Yeah.
I think they've started listing some merch places that are going to be there. Not really a lot of info yet.
Warwick Davis is hosting stuff again.
Yeah, Warwick Davis is hosting stuff again, which is really cool.
Doug Chiang will be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's only like 4 people they've announced that are going to be there, and then now Timothy's on
they haven't
saying that
announced
he will be
anybody
there
else.
as well. I'm
Yep.
sure. I mean, if it's anything like Celebration Europe, where like giant people were there,
Very tall. Everyone's very tall over there.
they're all huge,
Very
people.
big. Very large people.
Large people. So we'll see. I believe it was last time Celebration was in Europe, or in Orlando. Even Ian McDermott was there, and stuff like that. So I expect that most of the
Ian McShane.
what is that?
He's that guy.
Another one? Another one of those guys?
Let's
Are
look
you
him up.
just yelling? Are we just naming names now and looking them up to see if they were a thing that did anything? This is what happens on the episode where Michael is not on board from the start. Is Ian McShane an actual person?
Yes. Ian McShane. He was in John Wick most recently.
Oh.
He was in American Horror Story. He was in he was in Hot Rod. Remember he was Andy Samberg's dad
Sure.
in Hot Rod? He's
Sure.
in Deadwood. That's probably the most
I don't know.
the other things he's from.
I haven't watched half of the things you just listed.
He's from what? You haven't seen Hot Rod?
I
You haven't
saw,
seen
that's
Hot Rod?
That's the one thing I've seen that you listed.
Uh,
I've not watched Deadwood. I've not
let's
watched
see.
John Wick.
He was in Dallas.
I've not
You
watched
watched
Dallas.
Nope. All right.
Nope.
He was
Are you digging for content when I'm trying to talk about actual important
no.
things?
We got it. It's a bad episode. We gotta just accept it.
We just
I'm
gotta,
I'm rolling with
force
it.
it. We gotta force it to be a bad episode.
I'm rolling with it. I already know it's gonna be a bad
You're
episode.
rolling with your idea. That
I
you
can't find
started
anything
with,
else.
That it was going to be a bad episode.
I can't find anything else I recognize. Wuthering Heights. It was Heathcliff in Wuthering Heights. He was. Who?
Just
What's
click on
that?
somebody else. Go to
I've
the next
never-
IMDb page.
I've never heard of that. Oh, what is this? Oh, no. He was in a show called Minder. I don't know what that is.
Guys, I'm just gonna let this happen.
Uh,
Once he passes out, I'll continue with the show.
he was in something called Sexy Beast. He was a Sexy Beast.
We gotta fill time. We gotta just come up with something. We gotta fill the time.
He was.
We find something.
Yeah, he was in
to
a
talk
Shrek
about.
movie. He was in a Shrek movie.
That's unfortunate.
He's in other. There's other stuff. Oh, he's in Death Race. I've seen him in that. What else other?
We actually
he's
we actually have Star Wars things to talk about.
He was Blackbeard in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Did you ever see that one? One of the ones.
No,
The
Nope.
yeah, the one with
Blackbeard.
Johnny Depp.
Okay, so one of the 6. Got it. Or 7. How many is now?
What are you talking about?
I have no idea. I think you just passed out and woke back up. So we're having a Star Wars podcast now.
Oh yeah,
I think we're gonna start it.
Okay.
Maybe we just start over. Do we want to
yeah. You should play the music now.
reset?
Have you introduced us yet?
Yes, that was probably half an hour ago.
Oh okay.
So thanks for joining us, Michael. Good to have you here with us now.
Now what are we doing? What's
I
next?
was
Come on.
trying to talk about Timothy Zahn. I
yeah.
think I got through everything I wanted to say about that before you had a stroke.
He's gonna be at Star Wars Celebration.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
Next one.
I think that's all we had to say about Celebration.
Other than we're excited and we're gonna be there.
Yes, we are.
Did we talk about how we're gonna be there?
We'll continue to mention every week that we're going to be there up until it happens in April, months from now. So hold on to your fanny packs for that.
I mean, we will be talking about we're at there while we're there.
What?
While we're there,
While we're
you
there,
said,
we're going to talk about being there?
yeah. You said
Okay.
we're going to talk about
think I
being there
see
up
what
until we
you're
get
saying.
there, and then when we're there, we're going to talk about being there, and then after we were there, we're going to talk about how we went there.
At some point, there will be a cutoff to be determined.
Of when we will no longer talk about
Being there.
being there or having been there.
Yes, there being Celebration.
Yes. Okay.
Got it.
Agreed. Next.
Next point. We're just going down the list of content. You gotta move through it. Just gotta go. Just get to the stuff. So the Super Bowl
Get to the
happened.
part we have nothing to talk about.
That's what everyone's been waiting for, since we've talked about Steve Zahn and Ian McShane.
It's a bad episode. What are you gonna say? I'm sorry. It's a bad episode.
It now is.
It's a bad episode.
Thank you. Thank you for
We started off. No, we started.
for making it what it is.
We started as a bad episode.
It will continue to be a bad episode.
Still is.
It will be one to
Never remember.
listen to ever again. Well, the Super Bowl happened.
Yes.
And there wasn't a Star Wars teaser.
Oh, gasp.
Oh, shock.
It's not like we said that a million times.
It's not like everyone said that a million times.
It's not like we said that a million times.
We
That's
did
all
not
that
say it
matters.
a million times. Maybe 5.
Okay, that's close.
Okay, good. And then I believe you saw something on the Twitters.
Yes, Pablo.
Oh,
Mr.
wait!
Pablo.
What that tweet?
Yeah, so what that tweet? Pablo, he did a tweet. And he said...
in the story. Good job. Thank you, Pablo.
Pablo said that I was right.
That's just
About-
the tweet. Michael was right.
I was right.
The end.
Basically saying how somebody, I think it was, I should probably pull this up while I'm talking about it. Force.net, I don't remember what they're called, said something about, I guess I have to pull that here. Let's see. I gotta work the computer
Worst
while
episode
I'm talking.
of the podcast ever.
It's a bad episode.
It really is. Talking to your microphone. Just get right up on it.
I
Talk
did.
right into your microphone and stop looking at your laptop. We're professionals here today.
We're not, technically we're not.
Just put your little mouth hole right up on that.
Hey, you don't have to insult my mouth.
Well,
Force.net said that a sizzle reel is being prepared for Star Wars Celebration. No duh.
yeah. Obviously.
And Pablo retweeted it and said, inside sources also report that mashed potatoes are being prepared for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So, I mean, come on. Everyone
Yeah, I mean,
knows.
at this point, it's Star Wars Celebration. Why would they not
would
have
they
footage
not
for
have-
the movie coming
Right.
out this year?
Right,
It will happen. It is going to happen. There's going to be something, whether it's
right,
a sizzle reel, behind the scenes type thing they've done before. It will be something.
right.
And I'm hoping they do what they did at the last celebration for Rogue One, where there's like a behind the scenes, like making of type thing.
Yeah,
And then cut it for the live stream and show the people that are actually in attendance the real,
right.
what sizzle trailer, whatever they have,
Yeah, yeah.
trailer build that they have in progress.
The point being that we were right all along in saying that there was going to be something at Celebration.
Anyone with a brain was right all along that
And
there
not
would not have been
earlier.
anything at the Super Bowl because why?
Because it's the Super Bowl.
Good explanation. Thank you.
I was going to follow that up with something, but it's a bad episode, so why even
Well,
try?
Why even attempt to have anything to say now?
But we were talking about how, or we have been talking about for a while now, how there's not going to be anything until Celebration.
Yes.
We're not going
There
to see
should
any
not
teasers.
be anything until Celebration.
Right.
I mean,
We did get the
I'm
title.
not saying there could not be anything before Celebration.
We did get the title before then. I was a little surprised about that. But like I was saying last
I
time
figured that would happen.
well, last time we were talking about this, I was saying that you got to keep the hype train going.
Yes.
So that's
And I still feel like there
That's
could
enough.
be something before Celebration, like they did with Force Awakens, like a 2-second Instagram or 5-second Instagram thing, like where it was like that video, like that quick GIF, basically
you
of
think so?
Finn with a lightsaber. I could see that happening. There being something.
I mean, it's only like 2
Maybe
months
just a
away
little,
at this point.
Like I don't know if this was on an episode or after an episode. I could see there being like a little GIF or image or something with like a shot of Luke from behind with a ignited.
Yeah, we talked about
lightsaber.
that last episode.
Like I could picture that, like there being an image or a like couple second GIF
Yeah.
before Celebration. But I firmly believe there will not be any sort of trailer, teaser, anything
Yes.
of significant length or visuals.
I agree with that. But I think it's 2 months out. I don't think there's going to be anything. I think
Yeah,
this
I
is
really.
going to be
I don't think
Any kind of
there
teaser
could be.
or
Like I
anything.
could see there being something, but I really don't think there's going to be.
I don't. I for sure do not. I think it's going to be there's going to be that sizzle reel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Probably some promo shots or something like that.
Yeah,
And then it'll all, leak, quote unquote, out of
Yes.
Celebration.
because we still have the Blu-ray for Rogue One that needs to
Yeah.
come out, which supposedly is going to be
In
March
March, right?
28th, I believe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is the rumored date because there was an Amazon listing for a Star Wars magazine, but then the description was for the Rogue One DVD.
Oh, really?
So for March 28th. So there's still, that's going to happen. So they'll probably want to push some stuff for that Blu-ray release and, all the stuff that'll come with that behind the scenes and all the junk that comes with movies.
Right.
And
Yeah, all that extra junk that we should have gotten. No, what am I thinking?
You're thinking of
I'm
the
still
re-release
mad about Force Awakens.
Still about the second release of Force Awakens with the JJ commentary, the one I still haven't purchased just because I can't. I just can't bring myself to do it. And the clips of his commentary that I heard sound like he was like interviewed about scenes, and then they just shoved it into the commentary track. Like it didn't sound like he was watching it.
I could see that.
Which is also frustrating. I feel like all of the new cast, like John Boyega and Daisy Ridley and Oscar Isaac, like I feel like they would have been willing to sit down and do a cast commentary track.
Yeah, I think so.
I really feel like they I think
and it would have been a really good commentary track.
Yes.
I think.
And I think we've mentioned this in episodes as well, that I think the Lord of the Rings cast commentaries are some of the best film commentaries I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And like there could have been a Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac.
I don't know who's left.
A guy that plays Kylo.
Oh,
Adam Driver. I think all four of them would have been willing to do.
That's the first name we've forgotten in a while. We're doing better.
We're doing better. We're getting there.
This is a bad episode, but we're doing better.
The pills are working.
Yes.
I feel like all four of them would have been willing to do a cast commentary, so I don't know why that didn't happen, because I feel like that probably easily could have happened.
I don't know. Maybe it's a scheduling thing.
But I do think commentary tracks in general are probably falling out of popularity, since people are all like, media, gotta get to the next video. Just have YouTube on loop. Gotta watch it all.
Doesn't matter. Can't remember any of it.
Son of a bitch kids. And they're not watching a movie 6 times with all 6 commentary tracks like I did when I was a teenager because I didn't have YouTube.
You were special. You're
still a snowflake.
little wildflower that should have been cradled and appreciated for what it was.
And I was.
Okay.
By myself.
You were.
In a room with Lord of the Rings, watching it 6 times in a row with the different commentary tracks.
I mean, I did that too, but...
Yeah. I mean... That's why we have a podcast and just talk to ourselves now. Because we didn't make any friends other than ourselves.
What else do we have to talk about? Clone Wars is leaving Netflix.
Yep, the end. Moving on. If you are currently watching the Clone Wars and had not watched it before, or for some reason want to watch it all again really quick, it is leaving Netflix in the United States, at least, on March 7th.
Yeah. Which I'm super bummed about. I went back and was watching a few episodes the other day, and man, it is such a good show. And it was like really I was watching like season 2 or 3, like it was still pretty early on.
Mm-hmm.
And man,
they're keeping the Clone Wars movie, which I think was just the opening. Like,
what we
the
need
very
to
first
do
episode was the Clone Wars movie, right?
Yeah, it was.
They're keeping that, but they didn't renew the whole series.
Oh, really?
To keep on Netflix, which I'm not sure. I mean, I guess maybe it's not.
The movie was okay. It was a good intro.
Yeah, it was all right.
But the series was a lot
I
better.
guess it's not getting enough viewership anymore or whatever. But if you're currently watching it or planning to, get on that now, because you have until March 7th to finish it before it disappears.
In rewatching it, it was just so... well, I was going to say that we need to rewatch it in the chronological order that was on...
Not the airing order, but the chronological.
Right, because apparently it's different.
It aired out of order from the chronological way it should have.
The way the stories fit together, chronologically, like it was aired out of order from that.
Yeah. So
StarWars.com has a chronological order published on there. It's like the official chronological order.
Yeah.
So we need to do that before it
goes off. I never did go back and do that.
That show is so much better than Rebels. I mean,
yes,
gosh,
I agree.
No offense to anyone who works on Rebels, but man, Clone Wars is so much better.
I think it was just
it's just the tone, maybe.
I feel like it was
tone and the
consistency in the story and tone.
It's just good. I mean, it was
Rebels
interesting.
Rebels, I think, is interesting.
It wasn't like
off. Personally, Rebels is interesting on and off to me. Not as consistently as Clone Wars from like episode to episode, where it was like a continuing story with arcs, and I don't know. Rebels doesn't feel as tight.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe that's because of the audience, like you're saying.
Disney XD compared to
damn
Cartoon
kids,
Network.
etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rebels just feels like it like panders a little bit. Like they jam all this stuff and all these like the actors from the original movies, like James Earl Jones and others. I don't know if there's other people.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yes,
You know.
Pee Wee Herman.
What's his name?
What?
Pee Wee Herman. What's the guy?
Pee Wee Herman.
What's his name?
When was Pee Wee Herman ever? Did he play the droid?
He's the voice of the droid on Star Tours.
Was that droid in
And the
Rebels?
droid in the very first episode of Rebels was voiced by Pee Wee Herman.
Was
I
it the
cannot
same
remember
droid?
the
Oh,
actor's
yeah,
name. Yeah, it was one of those Star Tours type ships.
Paul
and he was-
Rubens.
Paul Rubens, yes. He was the voice of the droid on the Star Tours, basically, ship.
Well, I
transport
know
ship in
that,
the
but
first
was
episode.
that droid on Rebels?
Yes, the first episode.
Really?
In the very first episode, they get on a transport. I believe it's the first episode.
When they were
They get on a
on
transport ship that looks like the Star Tours ship, and the droid is the driver droid from the Star Tours, old Star Tours.
Was it Lothal? Was that the planet it started on?
I don't remember.
Was it Lothal or was it? It was that sandy planet. I
But
don't
yes,
know.
it was
I don't
Paul
know.
Rubens doing the voice just for
Really?
like that couple second scene
Oh.
of doing it. But yes.
Well, anyway,
So, you know, James Earl Jones, Paul Rubens, same
etc.
level
Others.
of actor.
Well, yeah, and they have like Princess Leia on some of the episodes, and now they're gonna have Ben
Characters seem to
Kenobi.
just get like thrown in just to add in canon.
They're gonna have they're gonna have Obi-Wan
Yeah.
come back. They had Darth Maul. What's his name? Sam Witwer.
Sam
I
Witwer.
think.
Yeah.
Come back as Darth Maul. It's like they jam all this stuff in there to get people to watch. It seems like, and it's pandering to fans. And then the rest of the
a lot
show,
of people really like the show. I can't. We've all.
I swear
gone over this a
every
couple times, I
episode-
can't get into it.
I swear every episode we have something to complain about with Rebels.
Yes.
Something new.
Because a new episode will come out and we'll have like cool information, but like everything that they did to convey that information, I don't care about.
Right.
The information is cool, but I just can't get into the story. It's
Anyway,
just not my
We don't
thing
have to keep
anymore.
talking about Rebels. Clone Wars is good. You should watch it.
Before it's gone on March 7th.
I'm sure everyone that's listening to this has watched Clone Wars.
If you haven't, if you're listening to this, like Star Wars, and have not watched the Clone Wars series,
it's good. It's legitimately
it is very,
good.
very good.
If you aren't hooked by like the middle of season 1, just stick around for another season
one
or so.
is a little rough, but I feel like
Not rough.
Shows like,
it's just
well,
different. It's not
It
as
gets darker and more serious and more streamlined.
it's
it
streamlined.
goes.
It gets more compelling. It's more interesting.
It feels like it starts off episodic and then it starts to feel more like an arc in the
Season 2,
in the
I'd
other
say.
seasons. Yeah.
Maybe even later season 1 it starts to feel like that. But yeah, don't judge it by the first whatever episodes of season 1.
But yeah, it found it. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of shows do that. Shows that lasted forever, like The Office or Parks and Rec. Like season 1 felt rough, and then
Yeah, they're
it
just
finally
getting
found its voice in
started.
season 2.
Yeah.
So at least give it to season 2 to stick around if you're
Right.
going to try it.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. So go watch Clone Wars before it gets pulled.
Yes,
and
please.
next.
With something leaving, something else is coming, which would be the Star Wars land at Hollywood Studios at Disney. It was announced, I believe,
Today.
as of recording, which is May 27th, or not May 27th, is February.
Whoa!
February, what is today? February 7th? Yes.
Something or other.
No.
February 7th.
February 7th. The reason May 27th rang a bell is because that's when Avatar Land at Disney is opening. But it was announced on a call today with Bob Iger that Star Wars Land would be opening in 2019,
Yes.
which
A little later.
2 years away.
Yeah, it's a little later than I thought. I thought they were going to open some next year, and then like the next phase was going to be later on. But I guess the first phase is in 2019.
Yeah, and I didn't look up everything that was said on that call today because, like you said, there's Avatar Land, which is opening at Animal Kingdom, which who cares about Avatar at this point?
I think actually the call was mostly, or regarding things that are opening, I think most of it was about Avatar.
Yeah, because that's happening sooner.
Yeah, that's this year. And
Which I guess they were planning on opening it around whenever the second movie happened, but he can't seem to make a second movie. So who cares about Avatar anymore?
I read something the other day that the 5th movie has been written.
Yeah, like everything's written.
The 5th.
But he just like won't make them.
The 5th movie has finally been written So now they can start filming the second movie.
Because they're wanting to film like all of them in succession, right? If I remember correctly.
Are they really?
Like when they film them, like when they start filming, he like just wants to make them all. And
I
be done with it.
understand. Like I could understand maybe 2 and 3, but all of them up to
I think
5.
he wanted to. I don't know about up to 5, but I remember he wanted to make. I think it was at least 3, like all together at once, like in one filming production.
Why? Why do we need more Avatar movies?
No, I
5
right
more?
there with you. No,
Or 4
who cares
more?
about Avatar at this point? For an Avatar land at Disney, I think I don't know if that was a great idea.
I don't know. It'd be cool to see that. I think it'd be kind of cool.
I mean, Animal Kingdom needs something, so I guess that's something.
Well, yeah. In context, yeah, it's cool in context because of how much everything else sucks at Animal Kingdom.
I like
it'd be
Animal
cool to have
Kingdom
something
for different
different.
reasons, but it's not a theme
Uh-oh.
park.
Different reasons. What happened at Animal Kingdom?
Hot, sexy zebras.
Monkeys.
Those
Zebras or
stripes.
monkeys? Monkeys are sexier.
Monkey zebras.
What's monkeys on zebras?
Hmm,
What's sexier, a monkey or a
That's-
zebra?
that's the stuff.
What's sexier?
Monkey or a zebra?
Which one?
Are we really having this conversation now?
Yes.
We're getting to this stage of our friendship.
Monkeys have those hands.
Mm,
They got those hands for stroking.
thumbs.
Zebras have those butts.
I think monkeys have butts too.
No, monkeys don't have butts.
Oh,
That's a scientific fact. Monkeys do not have butts.
where do they get all the shit they throw from?
They shit out their ears. Scientific. It's just science. It's just plain
Never
science.
watched that YouTube video.
Basic science.
It just
Yep. You
Right
should
out
watch
of their
science
ears.
sometime.
I should watch science. YouTube. That's YouTube/science.
YouTube/science.
Okay.
Watch some science
look that
sometime,
up.
and you'll know that monkeys don't have butts. It's a proven fact.
If it's on YouTube, it's true. So speaking of sexy animals, back to Star Wars Land. That I guess 2019 is
Keep
good.
trying. It's all right.
2019 is 2 years away, and they have other stuff opening at Hollywood Studios too, which would be they have Toy Story Land section, whatever that they're trying to make.
Yeah, was that going to open earlier?
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't look up everything that was
remember.
discussed on the call, and I know most of it would have been around Avatar.
Yeah.
Is Toy Story going to be even after Star Wars, or I would think they could do that sooner?
I think so. I don't know.
Because anything they may need to wait film-wise to open in a Star Wars land would be around by 2019.
I don't think that's why they're waiting, though. I think that's just
It's a
pure
huge section they're opening. It's a
construction.
huge construction project.
Yeah.
I feel like Toy Story Land would probably be like, hey,
It's like
we
the
could
whole
just
back
do
of
it.
the park. The whole,
Yeah, if
they're
you're
just,
planning a trip to Disney.
don't go to Hollywood Studios.
has like a third of the park that it used to because most of it is under construction for Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land.
Yeah, it's just not worth going to.
It's worth going to only for the
show.
end of the night show, the Star Wars show that's projected onto the
I mean,
buildings.
yeah,
and
I mean,
fireworks
I
and
mean,
stuff.
like an all-day deal. Don't go for an all-day.
Yeah,
deal.
if you have one ticket for an all-day trip, there's
not go to
not
Hollywood
much to do at
Studios.
Hollywood Studios. You get like 4 or 5 rides right now.
Yeah, and they're all like at least a 30, 40-minute wait.
Yeah, because they're the only rides.
Disney Insider Info! Oh!
Yep, that's
That's
us.
That's what we are now.
Just getting the info out there. So when you come for Celebration and you plan on going to Disney at the same time, Hollywood Studios, maybe just go there for the Star Wars night show.
Yeah, it's fun to see the launch bay too. There's a lot of cool Star Wars stuff in there.
Do it like a half day there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Insider tips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Go see Star Wars. That's the grandpa that wants you to go see Star Wars.
Great.
Yep.
That's the new character that we've come up with.
Yep. Go see Star Wars. It's great.
That's him. That's
How can you
definitely-
argue with grandpa? I mean,
you
come
can't
on.
argue with Grandpa.
You can't. No.
Well, Michael, keeping with our bad episode,
We're at that time.
we're at that point where I have only a few more things to say.
Well, do we want to say them or do we want to just end it here?
Nope, we'll say them.
Because it is a bad episode.
I'll say them right now in the bad episode.
Okay.
No one will hear them because they already turned it off.
Okay. What do we have to talk about now?
So recently, it was seen at a restaurant. Oh, Hollywood Reporter news. That Billy Dee Williams, if you needed a last name, and
Billy Dee Williams,
Williams, if you will,
comma Williams.
yes, was having lunch with. That's what I'm gonna forget a name now.
What?
Childish Gambino. What the hell is the guy playing Lando's last name?
Oh, Donald Duck.
Thank you, Donald Glover. At least I got there from that. Donald Glover and Billy Dee Williams were seen having lunch. But instead of just all the speculation, there was an interview with Billy Dee about some stuff, and that came up.
Speculation about what? About what they talked about?
They're meeting and having lunch. What's it mean? You've seen the internet. What do you expect? That's what they sound like.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
What do you think they're talking about?
That's pretty much every tweet on Twitter is just, what's happening? Yeah, that's the sound of Twitter constantly. It's like if you could hear.
True.
It's like if you could hear in water, it would just be fish screaming all the time. That's the sound of Twitter. If you could hear Twitter, it would just be screaming. Yeah, that.
And actually, that's just that. Actually,
Yeah,
that's Twitter for you.
dicks and screaming. People being dicks, not actual dicks, but those are probably there too. Look it up at your own discretion. But Billy Dee was
Google
interviewed.
search Twitter dicks.
Twitter/dicks.
Enter.
Hashtag dicks. Anyways, Hollywood Reporter was doing
A Hollywood report.
yes on Billy Dee. They were doing some Q&A stuff with him, and one of the questions was about him meeting with Donald Glover. And he's like, well, I guess he just wanted to meet with me to, discuss the character and kind of learn about, kind of get to know me so he can maybe put some of me into the character, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Stuff that you figure. But at one point they asked him,
blah, blah,
have
blah.
you talked to Harrison
Blah,
Ford
blah,
about...
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. At one point they asked him, though, have you talked to Harrison Ford about his thoughts on watching his character played by someone else? And then answering completely not anything to do with that question... He said, yeah, this one is about how we established our relationship and the question of the Millennium Falcon. I have not spoken with him. He's too busy. All right, that second part of the answer, that answers the question. The first part had nothing to do with the question, but thank you for the info. So, obviously, if you hire someone like Donald Glover, it's probably not for a small part of like, oh, look, there's Lando in the one scene. But kind of a confirmation that we haven't really had verbally, that it may be more focused on them, Lando and him's establishing the relationship. And then he said the question of the Millennium Falcon, which I guess the question is, how did Han get it from Lando?
How did he win it? Which is that's what we talked about recently, last episode or a couple episodes ago, about whether or not they would show that card game.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Sabak game.
So it sounds like there will be more, possibly more focus on that relationship and that getting of the Falcon than originally I would have assumed.
Oh, yes.
Sure. Do you think...
I want to see that. I want to see...
There's so much I want to see, though. Like, how can... I don't know what they're going to be able to fit into
what,
that
related
film.
to Han or related to their relationship?
Well, like Han's backstory, is he still was it still Empire related?
Yeah.
His relationship with Chewie and how that started, because he did have a life debt. Like, that's canon.
Yeah.
At least now, still. So how's his relationship with Chewie start? I'm assuming it's not just going to start off with Han and Chewie being around, because that would piss off everyone.
Yeah. If
it just started like mid-relationship with Chewie and no background on either of them. So I'm assuming that relationship's going to be there. Would you think there would be like a cut to 5 years later, or like it's all just one through line?
Yeah, I think it's all through. I'm more interested, like you're saying, I'm more interested in seeing Han and Chewie's relationship.
Yeah.
How that gets started. But I'm also excited to see how deep Han was into like gambling.
Okay. Okay, good.
I was gonna say how deep he is in butts.
Just in general.
Well, it happens.
Sometimes.
Deep in butts. You ever been deep in a butt? Sorry.
That's another podcast.
I made myself kind of
you upset
shudder
yourself.
a little. I did.
You ever spoken so much that you upset yourself? Welcome to podcasting.
Welcome to me in general.
Welcome to Michael. We ignore him here.
You ever been deep in a butt?
Hello, sir. Like the person outside of like a grocery store taking a survey, bothering people. Excuse me, sir. Do you have time? Have you ever been deep in a butt? Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah.
Yes, no. That's just a yes or no.
Oh, you've got eggs to take home. I see. Okay, goodbye. Excuse me, ma'am. You ever been deep in a butt?
I like that. That's the only excuse he'll accept.
You've got cold. I get it. Okay, fine. Thanks.
You've got eggs to take home? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why are you outside of a grocery store asking people about their deepness and butts? This is not the place for that. Maybe down at a club a dirty alley. I don't know, anywhere but outside of a grocery store where normal people would be, who typically may not be deep in butts.
Well, you know, being deep in a butt could be normal. Just maybe not in a grocery store.
You ever been deep in a butt in a grocery store? Do you want to?
Let's just step inside real quick.
To the apples! Yep.
So have you ever been deep in a butt?
I'll,
Yes or no?
I'll
Refrain.
give you some pics for proof. Yep.
What are we talking about?
I have no idea
I was going to talk about...
how deep Han Solo was into gambling.
That's right. Gambling.
And that was the end of the sentence, and then
Why
I don't
was
think
I
there was any
bringing that
follow-up
up?
to that.
I don't know. What are we doing? This is a bad episode.
It's a bad episode. Well, one other thing is happening that we're going to ask for your help with before we get into plugging all the holes. I mean, ourselves and our outlets. Yeah, sure. There is a thing called the Star Wars Podcast Awards, which is a fan-run thing, but it is happening. I believe this is only the second year.
But it's real.
Yes. I believe this is only the second year that it's happening, but submissions are open until February 15th. If you enjoy our show and would like to nominate us for a Star Wars Podcasting Award, that would be super awesome. You can go to www.starwarspodcastawards.com and nominate, best show, best fanboy hosts, best sound, various things. Maybe don't, put us down for the best fangirl hosts, unless you want to, because sometimes maybe we sound like that.
That would be a funny burn. Ha ha ha. I would love to see us nominated for Best New Show. I mean, there's a lot of other shows out there, but
Yeah, I mean, just a nomination would be super cool. So if you do enjoy the show, it would be
we are the
super
best
awesome.
show with this name, as we've always said.
As our bio on Twitter says, we are the best Star Wars podcast with this exact name. And you can't refute that until someone else steals the name and is better than us.
But that's not true. That's just never...
At this point, we are the best Star Wars podcast with this name.
So yeah, please, like Tyler's saying, if you enjoy the show, please go and vote for us, because we would appreciate it.
Yes.
We like doing this, and we want to do it more and want to feel like we're doing something good.
Yes, we do. It's nice to be recognized, but not in a, I don't know, like an asshole
Hey,
type
it's you!
way. Oh, a podcast man! No, but it's
It's
nice.
them!
It's nice to see that someone's actually enjoying this, and it's not just for our own enjoyment, yelling at each other every other week. But at the same time, if we want to be able to do this more and make it a better show, and of course, any type of recognition, reviews, ratings, things like that help us get to that point where the podcast might be self-sustaining, which would be a nice thing to get to be able to make it better and put more time and money into it when there is time and money available due to the sustaining nature of it.
Yes, good point.
Thank you. No, it's just from the business side of things. It's like we do this because we enjoy it, but we also do it because we really want to make people laugh and bring enjoyment to other people. It's not just to make people listen to our voices and our stupid words.
As much as we would like to make people listen to our voices and stupid words,
we try.
That's not why we do this.
No, it's not why we do it. It's for entertainment purposes. And
Hey!
After this bad episode, we suddenly get really deep into
butts
and why we podcast. So I don't know where that came from, but yes, if you enjoy the show, please feel free to nominate it, as well as all the other things we usually say. If you want to go on iTunes and leave a review, if you want to go to patreon.com/Hokey Religion and support the show monetarily,
give us
from
$1.
anything to $1 or more,
$1
month,
a
or just
month.
a one-time
Come on, $1 a month.
That's always helpful. It goes to the show. It doesn't go to.
Come on, I'm just gonna be
beef jerky
all
the time.
Come on, there's really no excuse for you to not do this at this point. $1 a month. Just come on, just do it. Just get on your phone, pull up your phone, put in your thing, put your thing in your phone, and push the button. It's not hard.
It has to be a finger.
You put it in. You put it in. Take the thing. You put it in.
You put the thing.
2 steps. Get the thing. You get the thing. 2 steps.
Yeah.
Step 1, get the thing.
Okay.
Step 2, put it in.
To the phone or just.
Step 3 of the 2 steps.
Okay.
Press the button.
Got it. I think I'm there with you. I think I understand where the thing is putting and pressing.
Step 1, get the
Possibly.
thing. Step 2, put it in. Step 3, push the button.
Okay, got it.
2 steps. So easy.
2 steps. It's easy. Do that if you feel inclined. Also, as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, yodeling tricks,
Tips and tricks.
you can shoot us an email at asklobot@hokeyreligion.com.
Please send us yodeling tips and tricks.
Yodeling tips.
Maybe
and
we'll do them next episode.
Oh gosh, you thought this episode was bad? Wait until we yodel.
Oh, it can be so much worse.
Yep. Of course, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Hokey_religion, Facebook /Hokey Religion, YouTube. Just search Hokey Religion because they don't give you your own handle unless you get thousands of millions of views. And that is all I have.
That's all
plug.
I have.
All the things you had, I had.
That's all I have.
You have what I have.
No, I have.
We have.
We have it together.
Oh.
This has been Hokey Religion
This has
for
been
this
Hokey
time.
Religion for another bad episode. This is Tyler.
This is that one. That is me, Michael.
Goodbye.
Hokey Religion is an ancient weapon. Hokey Religion is an ancient weapon. There's no magic for a good blaster, true say.
Are you unsure how to conduct your bones? Well, we've got bone conductors just for you.
Down here at Super Al's
Mega
Electric
Electronic
Barn
Emporium.
Farm.
Barn Farm.
Why do we keep talking about barns on the show?